Answer that, but first let's take it into English.
Yes. The question was about the fasting of 6 days after the month of Ramadan. He said that some scholars in the
Shawwal, first 6 days of Shawwal.
Yes, the first 6 days of Shawwal. He said that some scholars in the Arab world, they are saying that in the beginning, in the history of Islam, Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ has permitted to the ladies who were deprived of fasting the whole month to have these 6 days to compensate the days what they have missed during the holy months of Ramadan. And later on, ﷺ, he has admonished and asked the gentlemen as well to fast during these 6 days as well.
This is absolutely wrong and meaningless as well, because some ladies have menses for 7 days, some even for full 10 days. So what about their remaining fasts? Instead of saying 6 days, you should have said whatever fast you could not keep because of your menstrual period, you should complete them in Shawwal. I'm amazed at these people. I don't know how they are being misled because of the shan-e-nuzul sort of things. The shan-e-nuzul is a disgrace, because in most cases the shan-e-nuzul, which means the reason why a verse was revealed, is so misrepresented, and also misrepresented on the basis of such weak traditions which have no foundation whatsoever. Some have appeared during the 7th century for the first time in the whole world. But they were doing somewhere, where they were, what they were doing there for the 7 continuous 700 years. No Imam reported them. And suddenly you open up back here and you find there this or this. Shan-e-nuzul of this and shan-e-nuzul of that. Disgraceful. The shan-e-nuzul is the very reason why the Quran was revealed, to give a perfect teaching. For a perfect teaching, no shan-e-nuzul is needed. A perfect teaching is that which is according to the dictates of human nature. Only such a teaching could become lasting. So unfortunately, they are mostly blind followers of the previous ulama. Even if it is at the cost of the wisdom of Quran, the Quran. The Quran is a very wise book. The Holy Prophet is the wisest of all humans, including prophets. So he could not have said what is being attributed to him. But if you want to find out reason why, it is so easy to find out. For Ahmadis particularly, it's so apparent that they should not miss. You know, the sacrifice, the financial sacrifice which we make, which has been prescribed by Hazrat Muslim for Ahmadis, is minimum 1/16. Right? And 30 days out of a year are 1/16 of the whole year. Right? And then comes the term, the stage of those who are more advanced in their sacrifice for love, for Allah. So that category of those who subscribe is called Musiyan, category of Musiyan. In Wasiyat you give 1/10, and 36 days are 1/10 of the whole year. See? The first is essential. 1/16 sacrifice is essential. 1/10 is optional. So exactly is the case of the Islamic practice vis-a-vis the fasting. 30 days, you understand, 30 days are the minimum sacrifice you are required. And 36 is the next higher stage, which is optional and which is not essential. Right?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I said 16th, 12th. 30 days are 12th part of a year, not 16th part of a year.
Yes.
30 days, by mistake I said 16 because I relate much relating to chanda. But even then I said no, I have made a mistake. The mistake is 30 days are 1/12th of a year. Are they not?
Yeah.
That's right. But when you calculate it with reference to ladies, then it may become 16th. Not in relation to men. So I must have calculated somewhere, and that is why I was misled. Ladies do it for 21 days, generally speaking. And if you multiply the 21 to 22 days, with 16, then this will become the whole year. So that is the minimum sacrifice required of Muslims, the sacrifice of fasting of ladies. The maximum is 1/10. So I might have been calculating wondering how, why. So that is why I said by mistake 1/16. For men it is 1/12th, the essential minimum, and 1/10 is the higher category, which can be increased, to 1/3, because Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam has advised that one should not keep continuous fasts. Has he advised maximum 1/3?
He should keep
In some traditions you read at interval of 1 day on alternate days. In some other traditions he has also advised lesser than that. So because I am not sure, I don't want to make a claim on that, but these similarities are so often very minute that one has to make a full study before you opt a view. But anyway, this is sufficient for the time being. That there, the rosas of Hazrat Dawood, when he mentioned them, Siyam Dawood, he said he used to have one fast, then an interval, then fast the day after. So that is the maximum which he did. But to the Muslims in general, he didn't advise to be that hardy. He preferred 1/3 because, why I infer it, because in the financial sacrifices also, Islam discourages sacrifice of more than 1/3. Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to remind people to keep something for themselves and their children. Also, it was said that it is, of course, it's agreed by all the jurists that Islam does not permit more than 1/3 of his will to be granted in favor of non-inheritors. That is, the family members who inherit according to the Quran. You must give them 2/3, and 1/3 you have the option maximum of 1/3 to give to others. So this relationship between 1/3, 1/10, 1/16 can be recognized everywhere in Islam. This is not anything new or special, right? All that I suggested is just by way of finding some underlying philosophy. It can't be mathematically proved every time, The message is that Islam provides many options. This is what must be understood. This is in principle. Many options which are similar in both in financial sacrifices and the personal sacrifices. There are some similarities. So in search of those similarities, sometimes you can find some relevant areas of exact teachings in both to be simultaneous, to be exactly alike in some similar things. But the basic principle to be remembered is that Islam is made easy for the whole mankind, and for that the minimum is mentioned in Islam in every area of sacrifice. This is the minimum you do. If you give zakat, 2.5% of the total income, that is the minimum you do. But Islam requires you sometimes to offer far more, up to 1/3. So there are options, and similarly in sacrifices of Ramadan, that is what I was saying. There is no need for us to believe that it was only for ladies. This was a general instruction of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam. Right from the beginning, he observed himself the fasting according to the traditions as full 30 days or 29 days, and then he completed this by 6 days of Shawwal. It's as simple as that. So those who can follow him, they should do it. But that was not all. He fasted optionally later on, many a time. According to some traditions, he fasted on one day of a week, one particular day, regularly. I'm not sure whether they're authentic hadiths or not, but I have read some hadiths which say, for instance, that he always kept fast on Yom al-Khamis or some other day. So if somebody wants to inquire this question for the sake of gaining knowledge as to what was the practice of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam, then it is a good question. Otherwise, it's just an academic exercise. You ask a question, I present an idea. But that idea would only be acceptable if it is founded on a definite, solid verse or the tradition of the Holy Quran. So don't take those ideas which I suggest by way of trying to find the philosophy behind. You understand? Don't take them too literally. It is just an attempt to see why. And some people have offered different reasons. Scholars in Islam have always done so. But don't say that because I've said so you must follow this exactly. That is in a different area. When I tell you this is the injunction of the Quran, this is the specific order of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah, then do exactly as I tell you with that reference. When I suggest the reasons why they might have said it, they are different things altogether. You asked this question or you?
I did.
So now you understand this point.